got to lean in.
What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. I have to go ahead and cut the intro to go ahead and get started because we got to get it. I was like, you know what, child? Listen, if they hear, they hear. If they're not, they'll watch it later. What's up, Jamie? What's up, Antonio? Thank y'all for joining on this another special lunch lean. This is probably gonna be the last little bit of Jennie Nguyen. I said her name. Her little saga, just because this is a good
the saga.
It's not a good closing chapter, but it's a good point, a good way to close out and cancel her little ass. Demisio, I did see your comment to my it's 12:30 you late giving low budget. Don't try it.
Ain't nothing you can use our reads against us now.
No, but hey, what's going on, Nushka? Hey, Chase. Hey, Julius. And Nushka, you agree? Okay. Hey, Arnisha. Hey, everybody that's in the chat. We're here to talk about Jennie's statement that she put out her truth. You know, we did a lunch and lean Tuesday. She posted later that night and said that on Wednesday she was going to tell her truth. You know, so at this point, I was really debating. I was like, I'm not gonna watch this shit. But you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be right to be a person that blogs and has a channel to not watch it. We've been following for the last week. She gone, and I feel like it was a last little hurrah to her and this whole little story that she's put together. So we're gonna talk about it. I don't know if y'all watched it. Before we get started, of course, don't forget to hit the thumbs up whether you're watching right now. Hit that thumbs up, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. A lot of people watch the channel, but they don't actually subscribe, and that's just shade. So don't be shady and don't be a hater.
Exactly.
We need to stay in the algorithm, and we need to basically keep this channel going because I'm enjoying it. I'm sure you all are. And yeah, so let's get into it. Whether you watched it or not, I'll give a quick little recap of what actually was said. Hopefully you have. Yeah, she was full of shit. Basically, she came on live with her token black friend, and it was given very much so. I'm not racist. I have a black friend. That's what I got from it. You all can disagree. That's fine. But in the whole argument, it became more of a lecture of friendship versus actual accountability for the things that was said. She, proceeded to say she was taking ownership and she made mistakes, but she also kept blaming it on her social media team.
Yeah. People
in the chat were kind of the question I saw 1,000 times is, why did she need a social media team? So this gets answered later, or somewhat answered. I don't know what kind of answer it was, but it gets answered later. She addresses it. I'll say that. And basically while she's speaking, but I will say of the 16-minute video, he spoke 80% of the video. And not really letting her speak. And actually, some things he spoke to or had her speak out is like he had to pull it out of her. It was a poor representation for her. And even if you were looking or rooting for Jennie a little bit, I feel like if she had came on there and just said, you know what, I'm sorry, I offended the culture, the same way she wanted Mary to do, get those shoes back, then I think people would have been like, okay, we ain't gonna fool with her, but we're going to stop this little mini hate towards her. But she didn't do that. And her friend actually made it worse. These are the reasons why he said that she's not a racist. And I'm just going to list them and I'll let y'all speak. She said that basically her social media team was her voice. She had a black CFO. She's from Long Beach, so she can't be racist, right? She's been friends with him forever. Never seen him. Why was he filming with her? Don't know. She owns multiple businesses, has worked with multiple black people. And basically this was done in 2020 before she was casted. So another reason why we shouldn't cancel her. 2020 was just like a year ago ish.
Yeah, like for real.
A year ago. I mean,
and also another reason was because she was the only Vietnamese kid in her school.
Oh yeah, the only Vietnamese kid in her school. And basically, why would a person that is black be friends with someone that is exemplifying all of those characteristics of being a racist? That was what he said. So I'll let y'all go ahead and speak. And Antonio actually has some real tea that he did some stupid. I was, trying to have a baby last night and trying to get these calls, but I saw it this morning. So he has some real tea. He gonna speak on it. But I'll let Jamie go first and then Antonio.
I think this whole thing, and we discussed in the group, chat and we've been discussing this whole thing. Anybody who's followed the lean since the beginning of TLC knows, or the beginning of TLC, Salt Lake City, knows that I've been a little more lenient with Jennie. I've been saying, I don't think she's this. I think that she may just be looking for a moment. She's the only other minority, and sometimes there can be this, that, and the third. I wasn't really seeing what other people were seeing, and I went back and looked at episodes, and I was still like, my opinion still hasn't changed. I'm really not seeing it. She's had moments, it's whatever. But in the past week, this lady has done everything that she can to lampoon any kind of sympathy or any kind of whatever that she was trying to drum up. And that little lean, we didn't do it. That little live.
Hold up now. Wait a minute.
Hold on now.
We do not sponsor Jennie.
It was so weird. My big thing is, and we see this countless times whenever white folk come on and have to issue these apologies. It's, I'm sorry, but I take full accountability, but. And in my mind, it's like accountability doesn't have a caveat. It's, I did this, period. And that's the end of the story. Like, in my opinion, whenever you say but, you're still trying to get the other party to side with you. You're still trying to get the other party to change their mind and say, oh, I misinterpreted that. This person is right. And when you're apologizing, that's not, particularly for being racially insensitive, that's not anything to apologize for.
You jump ship. Kara said,
I see that comment.
Jamie said, hold on. Kara said, Jamie said, I can't no more. They said you finally came on over.
No, and I'll be the first to say that. Like, I was giving that lady some grace, and ever since she posted that, I'm like, girl, come on now. That's inexcusable. And all of these excuses, rather than taking them and say, I should have known better, being the only Vietnamese person, I should have known better with the Black people that I work with. I should have known better. It is just, y'all have to forgive me because of A, B, C, or D. And it's whatever.
Well, listen, we welcome you, into our arms to this team. Thank you so much, Jamie.
I ain't no team. There ain't no team. It's team.
You know what? She might as well had you on the live. I would have rather had you on the live than his black token ass, because allegedly
team wrong.
He's not even like. I mean, a tweet came out. I saw the reality rundown, but also was posted in our group chat. Posted that, and I actually followed this guy. That basically he does not hang around in black spaces. So I mean, he look at him just on the damn thing. Somebody said Kanye Pest. Chase said Kanye East. Just all low budget. And I appreciate his confidence. I want to say he was very confident. He was just like, I'm looking at the comments and y'all can say what y'all want about me. I'm like, okay, you better stand in it. But at the end of the day, you look a fool. I mean, people in the comments, there were a lot of supporters of Jennie, and that's great. I'm glad she has people that are supporting her. We don't need her to be, trying to kill herself and like that, because the hate that's being spewed. I'm glad it's a good balance, but I'm so glad that people were in there, all colors, being like, girl, in this live, you sound foolish.
It ain't it.
There's no accountability. Like, we're done. You're fired. This is your last hurrah. Antonio?
One of the many things that stuck out to me about that video, before we get into like the tea, was she apologizing to her fans and her supporters instead of apologizing to the Black community or even the families of those people that she mocked by making or allowing those posts to be made on her social media, which is kind of something that I mentioned when I inboxed said friend early this morning. Not thinking I would get a response, you guys, but I did inbox this person on Instagram, and there was a dialogue. I was not disrespectful, and neither was he. But he basically kind of stuck to his guns. He's known Jennie. She's been with his family. She's been with spent time with them and dinners, and she's nowhere near racist. So I had questions such as, why did she need a social media manager? Because when she started on the show, I think somebody said on Instagram she had about maybe 3,000 followers. She probably had even less than that on Facebook. Why did she need a social media manager? So the answer that I got pretty much was, she has a lot of real estate and medical clinics, which I thought she had sold or something. That's where she kind of got her money from, was because she sold those things. But she had real estate and medical clinics. So she had someone to run the page for her while she was, out in the field doing her thing. And they were making sure that her social media page kind of followed the type of work or career field that she was in. So they were supposed to be, I guess, posting things about real estate and going to the medical clinic, I guess. I don't know. He also stated that she, I was given the opportunity to where even if I wanted to have a FaceTime call with her, that he could set that up. I told him I'd sleep on it because I was calling Cortez, y'all, just to get
this.
This
was at 1 a.m. Cortez.
It was 1 a.m.
No, it was 10:30 for me.
And
you know what I'm saying? I'm usually up, but I mean, they came home last night and we trying to do some things. So,
so I had Jamie and I had our other co-host from one of our other shows, Jasmine. They was up, y'all. I am the least techiest person that you probably would meet. I did not know how to screen record or nothing. So they was up trying to like show me how to fucking screen record. It's like 1:30 in the morning.
We trying to get some tea, but don't know how to get tea.
Listen, at least I had it brewing. At least I had it brewing. If all else fails, I was going to hit the shots.
You just didn't have a cup to put it in. The tea was ready.
You had it somewhere, child. But you just didn't.
But yeah, he's just like, she's the least. He even asked me, he said, so, what would you do if your friend made some stupid comments? Would you stick beside that friend? I said, let's say, for example, if one of my friends is on social media and they are spewing things about gay people or allowing other people to spew negative things about gay people, then clearly this person knows me and knows who I am. That person is not my friend if they're allowing that to happen.
Yeah.
He didn't really have a comeback for that either.
And I think the point should be made. It's okay to support your friend.
Right.
We know Black people are not a monolith. They all don't believe the same. Latinos are not a monolith. We all don't believe the same. It is okay for him to not be offended. And he said that multiple times. I'm not offended. We schooled, we talked. I'm like, that's good for you. You should. If that's your friend, that's a personal choice. But there's a difference between sticking by your friend and then getting online and saying everybody else has no right to be mad because I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. That's well within your right. And she kept saying, I apologize for offending. It's not about offense. This is harm. Offending somebody is, I don't like your shirt. I take offense to that because I really like my fucking shirt. When you're talking about someone deserved to die and people should hit protesters, and if George Floyd had complied, he wouldn't be dead. That is deep-seated harm that you're doing for people who have not only survived police violence, who have lost family members to police violence. And let's be clear, police violence doesn't just affect Black communities. Police violence affects Latino, Asian communities, white communities. So it's like, lady, you're in tunnel vision thinking that Black people are the only people in the world that are experiencing this. And you're not even able to see past yourself to say like, God damn, I really fucked up some shit. And I need to take ownership of that. I fucked this up.
Yeah. I even asked if they knew who the social media manager was. He said yes. They did.
And I saw a lot of comments about like basically like, okay, put them out there. I mean, I guess they don't throw them out under the bus, but let's put them out. Let's cancel them too. Since they are allegedly the ones that were posting it, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so I didn't see anything wrong with her saying she was a Republican. I don't see anything completely wrong that she feels like the police and stuff like that. She spoke against police brutality, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? You are owning up to being this and saying we live in America where there's freedom of speech, but you're also saying this wasn't you. But it's just like, to me, it was like, well, what is it? You know what I'm saying? Right. I even commented under it, and it's probably towards the end. I was just like, this is not a lesson about friendship, because he kept stressing how good of a friend he was and why he drove. He drove down as if she couldn't. They best friends. I
hope she reimbursed you for gas, girl, because that was a waste of a trip.
Well, so apparently, I don't know where he lives, but I'm going to assume that it's Vegas.
I was thinking the same thing because
you can drive.
There is
so
this person the person that made the comment about him being a crafty queen and not hanging in black spaces. I actually follow him for years. I've known him for a long time, and so let me put that comment on here. And this is just it also has in conjunction with Jen Shaw. Jen Shaw is mad, honey, because like I told y'all know Jen is a strong black woman that can do bad by herself. So she is going mad. But basically, these two comments are together. Take off this damn thing. Hold on. All right, so this is from Stop Feeding. Like I said, I follow him from years. He lives in Vegas, so I know that for a fact. He said, I actually know Michael personally, and on the left, and he doesn't hang around black spaces or people. He's very much black adjacent. And the fact that he's being the token for her is hilarious. Hope she hides her purse too, and I agree because she kept stressing, I don't allow anybody in my house next to my racist statues. You know what I'm saying? She kept saying that in the thing. She kept saying, like, nobody comes in my space. This is my sacred space. And then you got Jen Shaw up here. Child, Jen Shaw said she's lying and she already admitted to her face. Maybe they got it on camera. Maybe,
he said that they had started filming.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. But I'm curious to know, people are speculating that it may air with the reunion they're speculating it may air as season 3. So we don't really know what's going to happen with that. But those are just some comments. And these are just some pictures that we were able to snatch of them too. They posted since yesterday, since the live. Both his name is Michael and the lady, aka Jennie, posted some pictures, I guess, showing how close friends they were. And you have Michael over here, with his beep. Is that my bestie in the tessie?
So even these pictures, I'm like, girl, this is one black man. You don't have any other pictures with any other black friends? Like,
there was definitely, somebody mentioned it earlier. There was a tweet that we posted about the little black baby that she was holding.
Oh God, yes.
He grew up and turned into Michael. But this doesn't do anything justice. It's just like, why are we seeing this now? The whole thing is very performative. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't feel like she clearly thought this through. I mean, I don't know.
Because there's no remorse. There's no remorse. She literally does not see that what she did was wrong. And to a point that you said, Cortez, it is okay being Republican. It is, I wouldn't say it's okay supporting Trump, but if those where your political leanings are, girl, okay, everybody has that. It's even okay to not support protests and looting. That's okay. That is your belief. But when you go over to do this and you won't get shot, making light of those situations, that's where it goes beyond political leanings or ideals. It would have been one thing if she said, you know what, I agree to the right to protest. I personally wouldn't do it. I don't see what good is going to come out of it. But, hey, please be respectful to the good police. But, my brother's a police officer. I know that there's good police.
Yeah.
What she was trying to do was like apples and oranges. And why are y'all, we have good police. Well, girl, there's good doctors. There's shitty doctors. Good plastic surgeons, bad plastic surgeons. Look at Jen Shaw's face. Everybody does what they do, and we're protesting the bad apples, not the good apples. Like, that shouldn't be something that we have to differentiate from.
Yeah.
I had I also asked if I get it. I'm not a celebrity or anything like that. I run my own fucking social media, so I'm like,
hey,
how often does she, or was she looking at the social media? Because clearly. And it seems like to me,
who just allows someone to take that much control
over and you not even look at to see?
But my thing is, why would a social media team be posting stuff like that? Like, what are they looking to gain? Those are just personal opinions.
I was thinking that if they posted it, then to me that means like they felt Jennie was okay with those thoughts.
Well, and to make a point, that was her personal Facebook page. That wasn't a business page. That wasn't anything of I'm managing the clinics or anything. That was a personal page that, should be pointed out, in January posted a question asking if anybody knew where to get piano lessons in the area. Like, that page has been active. So is the social media manager asking for piano lessons? Like, girl, nothing about this story. She said, I deactivated the account. It was hacked and brought up. So, like, when did you deactivate
this is what I did. I did kind of mention that. I said, so to me, it seems like they're saying almost like, she was set up without actually saying
Yeah,
that
that's what they're
she
saying.
was set up. Because I was like, I said, okay,
Mhm.
I said these posts were made. I said toward the end of 2020. I said they started filming this new season, like in February of 2021. I said that means talent. They would have been scouting new talent the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. I said so. It seems like she said, "Oh well, shit, I got to deactivate this page because I'm about to be on this show." I said it was deactivated, but what they're saying is, oh well, we don't know how it was ever reactivated because it was deactivated prior to her joining the show. It wasn't that far in it prior, because it was only a couple of months there. She was still posting racist shit the whole time.
Yeah,
so I didn't understand.
And even
he had spent a few days trying to educate her. I said, well, the stories that she was posting about and mocking were big on the news, and on social media. So why would you need to educate her as to why what she did was wrong or racist when clearly she could have went and she could have done the research on these stories. She could have used Google or whatever the case may be. I'm just not buying it. It seems like to me he's acting as some sort of like PR or black behavior for her.
And that's weird.
Which
he needs to say, I would have rather him say that than say, I'm her friend. Why would, I'm her friend. Like one way say you film with her, and I understand how it can be for child. Usually best friends, y'all, you see them, child. She would have brought on him or something like that.
It would have been on social media. It would have been on her Twitter. It would have been on her IG. I ain't never seen that man.
He ain't on none of her damn pictures.
Never. All I see
none
is
of them.
Dewey and his ribs.
His broken wrist.
And so, okay, to speak to that. So, like I said, he was talking a lot. He is the one that pulled that out of her and was like, speaking of which, recently, I said, Jennie, he was like, Jennie, why don't you talk about the rib situation? So she basically explains, because I'm sure she got a lot of backlash over the last few days about that, just because the way that she said it on Sunday, and we talked about it on our recap on Monday, she basically said it in the way that, let me go ahead and accept this apology because I break ribs. You know what I'm saying? I will pray. So whatever the case may be, that's what I got from it. And so she explains again that it was very traumatic to her. It happened to her before, I think she said before they were married or a long time ago.
While they were dating.
While they were dating. And so, but she was just saying how, how it was so much trauma, but it wasn't much trauma when she was explaining the first time because she actually laughed. Yeah. She laughed it off,
multiple times.
It was interesting. Yeah, right.
Well, he even brought that up to me. He was like, yeah, when I saw that, I like cussed her out, and I'm like, but I thought y'all been friends for so long. You didn't know that she had broke his motherfucking ribs.
But even still, it's like, what does that have to do with the price of tea?
It had nothing to do with what she needed to speak on.
I don't give a shit.
It wasn't relevant. Like, okay. It was just like he was trying to clean up her image. And always
it was supposed to be she took accountability for this and she went to anger management to make herself better. So we should give her a chance to make herself better.
Yeah.
And I think that she may have had this whole last week been about, I fucked up. I hurt people. I'm not trying to make an excuse. This is on me. I accept consequences. I accept backlash. Please put that on me. I can understand wanting to get in front of it to save your kids and your family, because I'm sure they're getting stuff. But that's when it comes to taking ownership and standing in it. This seems to be Leanne Locken didn't do this. Cameron from Dallas didn't do this. Nobody, it seems, on these Bravo shows, they issue a flippant apology. Nobody actually sits here and has conversations about. So I really genuinely, I fucked up a little bit, and you would have done better to shut up.
Yeah,
you would have done so much better just to shut up.
It would have just been better just to be quiet, go out gracefully. Because people in the comments like, "Buy fire, buy fire."
They was eating her ass up.
They was eating her. She had some supporters.
She had some supporters too, though. But you can tell she had supporters because in the last week, her Instagram followers have increased by like over 20,000. So,
and she's gonna have supporters. People like the fact that I feel like she tied in the whole "I'm a Republican, I'm proud" to make sure that she has support, because let's be very clear, like of reality, there are Republicans, obviously they exist, and Salt Lake City is a very Republican ass city. What is it? Salt Lake City, yeah. So basically, like, it is what it is, and so I didn't see anything wrong with that. But like someone said in the comments, like bringing that up, kind of it takes away from the actual issue. It's not about her being Republican. It's the comments, and usually
there's some Democrats. And some Democrats that are anti-Black Lives Matter, if we're being 100% honest.
And so Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I saw a lot of like non-Black folk in the comments, non-Black minorities in the comments. Thank you for your apology. We accept your apology. And I'm like, really isn't ours to accept, just the same way, you know, if there were people that were offended by what Mary said, the comments she made about slanted eyes, or, you know, the Mexican, like, that's your place to accept her apology. We don't get to tell other people, I accepted it, so it's good. Like, okay, baby, that's good for you. Keep that to yourself. I'm still mad. Keep that to yourself. It has nothing to do with you. And it's the comments were a shit show. Like, I just got so disappointed in so many of my own people.
I did not realize you had to follow her to come in. I had to follow her, then I send my comment, and then I unfollow her. Right? That's probably how I lost the video, because I was recording it to post for know, like other people, but it's probably how I lost it, because I was trying to come in. What a mess. It don't matter. I didn't need that in my phone, no way. So that pretty much, after that, you know, they were supposed to take questions. They didn't really take questions. They answered one question, and that was just basically her, why she needed a social media team. She said she's busy. She had businesses like Candy, and so she needed social media. That's all a lie. And so with that, we only have a few more minutes, because this is a lunch and lean, honey. They're going to always be quick, and I got to get my nails done. Plus, I'm at work, too. So I'll take a few calls, just a few, and you will be timed. It's to the point to where when the time is up, I got to take you off. So no shade, no meanness, but I'm sending the link right now.
We love y'all.
Yeah, we love y'all. We love y'all. But the lunch and leans is
save it for Monday.
Gotta be limited. And TKC says he believes that Mary is the person who tipped her off. I mean, somebody did something, I will say.
I don't think Mary was a person. Mary don't care.
I'm not saying her. I'm just saying like somebody did something, because I mean, it's for it to come down. It was like perfect timing, you know, perfect timing.
It's probably a Mary fan.
Timing. I agree with that. I do think somebody did something. To make that reappear, because supposedly it was gone. So
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let these callers come in, and I'm gonna give y'all exactly, just so I can make sure it's really short, but 1 minute and 30 seconds. I know y'all can do it though, because
that's
get in and say what you got to say, and then we'll get off, and then we'll lean out. So
we won't interrupt y'all.
We won't interrupt y'all. You say what you
I'll try. I'll try.
But don't be crazy, because you know Tasha K is under fire, so don't say anything that can get you in trouble, because you ain't even with the lead. All right. What's up, Lisa? How you doing?
How you doing? Happy lunchtime to you.
Happy lunchtime.
What's beautiful?
Yes. I'm eating pineapple.
Okay.
I'm eating pineapple.
Yes, Lisa.
What you have to say?
Yeah. One thing I want to say, I was on another blogger earlier and yesterday. What I want to say is, like I've been telling you, I didn't think they should have been fired. I believe what's a lot of BS. That's because you are from the Popular Party. That mean you are a racist. Okay, there are black members of the Republican Party. Okay, so that's totally BS right there. And also, and you know, me and you have discussed this back and forth. I don't think she should have been fired. I think they should have brought her to the show. I am a genuine thing about communication and education. I believe if Bravo knew what had done it right on that show, it would have brought it to the platform in a positive way if they would have done it right. I didn't think she should have been fired, but they should have held her accountable on that show, like they kind of do Mary, like you do in any other show. That's what I believe right now. Bravo, do better. Find out more about these people. Yeah, y'all got billions and millions of dollars. NBC got billions and billions of dollars. Do your research on these people, okay? Love y'all. Y'all have a good evening, okay?
All right, thank you, Lisa.
Bye, Lisa.
Bye, Lisa.
Bye-bye.
I mean, that's a good point. We've even said
Bravo
Bravo doesn't have the range. I mean, if they don't know how to handle these conversations, which is why they'd rather cancel the New York reunion than bring on Ebony to confront the racial.
I'm gonna go see what Bravo hiring for, because
look,
Dang, let's move to New York.
Listen,
let's move to New York. Let's do this shit.
Put me on. I got a man. All right, our next caller is Kyra. Hey, Kyra.
Hey, girl.
Happy birthday. Well, let's
Happy
time.
Wednesday, everyone. Okay, let's start this. Jenny has true cognitive dissonance. I know that, like, she set dog whistles when she kept saying Republican, Republican, because she was trying to get all the Bravo Republicans who are on that train of anti-blackness to follow her. So I feel like, girl, you're saying that dog whistles. I'm not here for it. And I said, it. No, I'm not. No, Republicans interesting, but she was a Trump supporter and an Asian woman talking about stop Asian hate. So therefore, I can't take anything seriously that she goes for, because I'm just like, you're on there and you're bragging about the way that you feel. So stand in it now. There is no place for education, because the place for education was during Black Lives Matter. That was the time for that. That was the time. It was three people. It was Black people. Either you protest, either you were in home trying to figure out a way to advocate, all that kind of stuff, or you were someone who's not Black trying to figure out, where do I fit in here? Do I go to the protest? Can I go to my local legislator and get something done? Go ahead, get myself educated. And or you were a person who was anti-Black, and that was the time for you to clearly state, I'm not for this. She chose the latter. So I don't know what I'm supposed to be educating for, when this was a moment for her to sit back. If she doesn't know things, if she has those ideals, to listen to people and figure out where she goes from there. But instead, she stood by that. So stand by that. Now, there's no mistakes. There's no mistakes when you're saying someone, overdose instead of being. There are no mistakes with that. And so I feel like it's very foolish to think that you can have a conversation. Racism is not going to necessarily die out, because the mom teaches the daughter, the father teaches the son, it keeps going and going on. And so I feel like she's a lost cause. That's it.
Okay. All right, Kyra. You heard the timer. It is up. I gotta let you go. Okay.
Not you had a timer.
Kyra.
I had to keep the timer.
I tried to be quiet. I know.
Thank you for that. That's very good valid points, Kyra.
Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Absolutely. Bye, babe. See you Monday.
All right, our last caller for today is going to be Demisio. Then Demisio,
okay. Give and trade.
Trade it in and get something new.
Demisio, what you got to say?
I want to say that I absolutely do agree with Lovable Lisa. I do not think that they should have fired Jenny. I think that they should have left her on there, and I think that they should have let them wear her ass out.
Let me ask you a question. I'm not asking you a question. I gave you some seconds back. Do you think that cast would have been able to hold her accountable? That's not Atlanta. It's not Potomac. I believe they're not equipped.
I believe Jen and Meredith would have been able to do it, and that's really all we really needed. We didn't need bad weather, and we didn't need Lisa. Okay,
and Whitney and them would have been like, "We gotta stand together, y'all."
Oh yeah. Whitney would have dragged her every group setting. Whitney would have been like, "Well, what about what Jenny said?"
Like, listen, like I said, so like Jackie said to Evelyn, fake. Like, yeah, but I do think that they should have kept Jenny. But I do like the fact that they did let them confront her before they let her go.
Yeah,
I did. But Bravo definitely does need to do better with how they handle these racist things, because I was very disappointed with how they handled New York and how they did Ebony.
Yeah,
very disappointed.
Yeah,
Heather even said that Ramona said it, so it's just like, come on now, what Heather got to lie for? And I don't believe Heather lied either. So yes, they definitely to do an entirely better job with how they handle this. Like, it's ridiculous at this point, because like y'all said, how the fuck did y'all not know that Jenny said all this shit on Facebook? Like 2020 was just
it's Facebook. You can Google and find. I can Google you and
anybody
find public post. It's Facebook. It ain't. Yeah, I mean, it's like LinkedIn, but for unprofessional. I'm just saying, it's out there.
Exactly. I deleted her Facebook page because she knew that this could come back up. And I'll be damned if it still came back up. And
somebody grouped her ass and told her they erased everything and didn't.
And that having a damn publicist is just such BS and excuses to get out of owning up to what the fuck you did. Yep. Like, that's just like Jen saying that she goodbye.
Oh. I'm sorry, Demisio, but you have some good points though. You have a good Thursday.
Thank you, Demisio.
I'm gonna have to start putting the time on more often, chat.
Because Demisio said, "Oh, bye."
I enjoy all of it. It's not really. Usually we have more time. Like tonight for Real Housewives of Miami, we give more time. I don't really time it all. I kind of watch the time myself, but I let people go. But in this kind of on the lunch and lanes, you know what I'm saying? We in, we out.
I'm hungry.
Think about it. We working, child. I know y'all probably working too. So imagine we got to get back to work. So, nonetheless, thank y'all for watching. Not that timer is so rude. Oh, Nuska, no, it's not rude. It's very direct, and at least it's holding itself accountable, unlike me, unlike Jennie.
Okay.
But nonetheless, for real, it was a good show. This is probably gonna be the last time we talk about it, unless she come and do something that we just have to talk about. But at this point, Jennie Nguyen, I'll see your name for the last time, or up until Sunday or Monday. Girl, we're done. I'm done. There's nothing else I need to hear. We know where you're staying. Go and be a Republican. Go and be with your black friend Michael. And we'll be fine. Salt Lake City will be fine. He did say she doesn't need the show and this stuff like that. I'm just like, child, she wanted to be on that show, but she was. It's different between leaving and being fired. Honey, you were fired. So that within itself, none of that. So we're gonna go ahead and lean out tonight. Real Housewives of Miami is live, of course. Episode 8 will be here for that. And be sure to like this video if you're watching the replay or watching it live. We appreciate all the support. Thank you, Kyra. Thank you, Demisio. And thank you, lovable Lisa, for understanding the timer today. They're actually usual callers, so usually they get the call and go for as long as they want. Today, you had a little less time. So
I do want to give credit to Jennie. She is the first housewife in history to be fired in the middle of shooting a current season. So good job, girl. You made it to the history book.
Yeah, that sounds like a Nicki Minaj
job, girl.
That sounds like some Nicki Minaj would be like, yes. I don't know. That's crazy. Okay. Well, y'all have a good rest of y'all lovely Thursday. We'll see y'all tonight for Real Housewives of Miami at 8:30 Eastern time. Like this video, and subscribe. We appreciate it, and y'all have a good rest of y'all Thursday. Okay. Good night. Oh, where's Asia for that? Good night.
I thought she said